Good afternoon, everyone. David Dubine here. Thank you for spending your valuable time with the Adapt 2030 channel, flying in over Dutch farms. Seeds. New seed consolidation happening in Canada the very same week that a 30% fertilizer reduction plan is put in play. $10 bread already here. Canadian wheat estimates disputed USDA. And those who have allergies to shellfish may be allergic to crickets, the four horses running. And what kind of cataclysm left these stumps in an instant flood? And we're on the fast track to figuring out what's going to go on in the next couple of months for our world. And fly in over Dutch farms, so when you see those tractors in the streets, you understand what they're trying to protect. Let's talk about wheat prices. Now, generally over a year, run up in prices happening in April, May, June, and then they crash down during the harvest season, but this year was exceptional. February, March 2022, that vertical spike in price, very unusual, outside the norm of when it should happen. But here's where it gets interesting. That spike may very well hit us in September, in the first weeks of September. So if you amplify that out to $12.50 wheat, by the time we get to the end of the year, we're looking at $20 wheat coming in 2022. The reason I say that is Canadian wheat estimates are disputed. Those in Canada, Canadian market analysts, are saying, yo, USDA, your projections are way high. More than 10% high. So if you want to do numbers, they're closer to 30 million tons, but still the drought's ongoing and the numbers aren't even going to be calculated until harvest season. This is how official USDA estimates affect market prices. They just say it'll be like this. They can move the market up or down depending on how they say if anything's headed out. Are the ears there? Drought, pests, beetles, whatever. And the price will go one way or the other. So over-calculating it, they want the price to come down. But in reality, when it comes into the real season and you get it out of the field, those prices are going to go absolutely stratospheric because of the miscalculation on orders of magnitude because of the weather anomalies, the fertilizer shortages, the herbicide shortages, and the pesticide shortages to protect from beetle pests, especially after late planting. None of this is calculated in as a lump sum. So when we come to this, it'll probably be 25-30% less than they're anticipating right now. Because of the look of it, there's going to be even less fertilizer available for next year's crop if these fertilizer reduction plans are implemented. So we've heard about this for the last several days with fertilizer. Now it's all about the nitrous oxide. So as a base, every 1% you do not apply to your plants will be a 1% reduction. So if they're going to knock down fertilizer 30%, then Canada would experience, on average, a 30% reduction in their output. But at the same time, overlapping on the same days, it is quite unbelievable this week in Canada. Seed industry proposes a standards setting body. Now, we've seen the consolidation of the seed market for quite some time, but here it is, the independent standard setting body, Seeds Canada, and they're going to rename that as Independent Standard Seeds Setting Body. Now this new body, this new committee is going to put everything under one roof. Responsibility for all regulatory areas, including registration, seed production, quality assurance, labeling, and testing. The new body is going to consolidate functions under one roof. And I would just swing us over here to the seed industry structure under one roof. It looks like there's 8 major players in the entire global seed distribution network. And I'm just saying, this new consolidation of Canadian seeds is going to lump right into one of these, and we'll pin it on the board next year. Wonder how much those consulting fees are for such a changeover. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, warning economic hurricane. The worst is yet to come for Americans. Larry Summers forecast recession ahead, millions of layoffs, big tech companies like Tesla slashing 10% of the workforce, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs warning market Another 20% to fall. Recession, Bloomberg Intelligence forecasting $2,500 gold by the end of the year. Wells Fargo sees gold hitting record highs in 2022. Long-term forecast, gold above 5,000. That's an economic collapse. Call the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Patriot Gold Group has the no fee for life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold and silver, and you may be eligible for the no fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Call 1-800-356-4470 for a free investor guide today. And with the knowledge that Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated IRA gold dealer from 2016 to present, click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. In the apocalyptic scenario, $10 loaf of bread. Oh, that was going to be the end. 2-pound loaves, $10. Already happening in Chicago. Now, if that comes down to $10 for a 1-pound loaf of just regular bread versus specialty whole wheat bread, then Houston, we have a serious problem. But at this level here, this is for some consumers, not the general populace. But what is being thrown across this general populace of our planet are the 4 horses of Revelation leaving the gates, left the gates, famine's next, and cataclysm of electromagnetic activity from the sun to our earth and in the outer solar system. Once in a 2,000-year event, October of 2024, with planetary geometry and alignments. Check this out in Hungary. 4 to 8 meter stumps. So for those of you in the US, 3 feet is a meter. So 12 to 24 foot tall stumps found in a sand pit. That's a deposition pit of the same weighted materials filling in an open area. So what's so interesting is they were ripped off by some flood event, instantly buried. Sand being the bottom layer, because it's heavier, it would have sunken first, and I bet they're getting some larger granules in there too. The others were swept away. Now the diameter of these things is 3 meters, which is 9 feet. That's just going straight across the tree, 9 feet from one side to the other side. I'm not talking about wrapping it in circumference. Trek across the center. Look how those things are all snapped in the same direction as well. And you have to think about how tall would this tree be if it had a 3 meter trunk. 150 foot tall trees in a full forest just ripped away, and it happened so fast that this was buried and covered so perfectly that there was no decomposition, and this is in Hungary. So when we look at strange events in the skies, shelf cloud and powerful storm system ripping through Texas, lightning, ground to sky lightning, and lightning to wind turbines. Is a perfect summation of our society in slow motion. Part of it's still functioning, part of it's not. You can see clearly it's not, and it's going to affect the rest of society. Prices, inflation, supply chain disruptions, and you getting ready yourselves, because once that one arm of whatever it is holding up the rest of our civilization economically goes, it all goes. Central bank digital currencies with the full collapse of the commodities market taking down the entire banking system, September through December this year. And a quick one here for anybody with allergies, shellfish allergy. I didn't know this. People who are allergic to shellfish may also be allergic to crickets. That makes perfect sense because they're both exoskeleton shells, right? One's in the ocean, one's on land. But the shell is very similar. I never thought about that before. But check out these Thailand varieties here. Light flavor, heavy flavor, just like cocoa is. So they're trying to find these different flavor and taste profiles for that, for cooking and baking. Experiment away in your kitchen. But I saw this incredible image here with a caption coming out where they're studying cockroach milk. 3 times more nutritious than cow's milk. Leave the cricky powder behind. 3-month emergency food supply, My Patriot Supply. 2,000 calories a day. breakfast, lunches, dinners, and save $150 by using the link below. I do thank you for watching the video. Bizarre times that we're coming into. It really seems like the culmination's happening. So as you look out at the wider scope of things, it's been winding and winding and winding since 2020, and now that all these other factors are on top of it, and I mean nearly everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but nearly everybody can feel that tension is just too tight. Something's about to snap. Now when it does, it's not going to be a forever event, that's for sure. But you want to get yourselves ready. Food, water, extra electrical devices, battery powered lights, that sort of thing, like you would if you're going to prepare for a hurricane. Because it'll be a hurricane of society ripping the threads apart until something new is sown and comes out to replace it. And this time it looks like it's going to be basic foodstuffs, that last Jenga piece to bring the entire game down. Oh, they'll reset into a new currency. As long as you're holding the right thing, you should be able to get and cross over into the new monetary system. But who won't? And that's the problem. Bye for now.